All right. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome. I'm just going to drop our link quickly in here so that everyone can join. And right now it seems it's just me. So for now, I just wanted to talk about um, something that I put into practice that probably a lot of you guys also are putting into practice. And also just, thanks for joining. And we'll get Yates in here as soon as possible, and Alex too. But I just wanted to talk about, let me just take off these support lines here. Okay. So I just wanted to talk about a method of like minimizing risk so that you can still enter a position you think is good, but you have to always be aware that there's risk no matter what in any position that you're taking. And so one way to minimize that is you enter incrementally, and I can't stress that enough. Say you want to put $1,000 in Shiloh, you know, at $1.10 per share. So you start by putting in 300. That way, if it drops to $1, you can average down really easily by putting in, if you see all the indications you need, you can then put in the rest of what you wanted to put in, and there your average is brought down immediately. Another way to be able to minimize risk here is you can see there's like a trend in this one of it jumping up in pre-market and then selling off right away. Like here and here again. I'm on the 5-day 15-minute chart just so I can see the times. So what you can do is, if you think it has weak price action, which Shiloh definitely did while it was breaking support, then you can set your sell for what you bought it in. Okay, I think people are joining here. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Let's see quickly if everyone can hear you.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Can you hear me?
Hi, Alex.
What's up, Julio? How you doing, man?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Can you guys hear Alex?
What's up, Blay? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Long day. What'd you guys do on this Father's Day?
I actually just didn't really spend time with family very much. I was out of the
That's
city.
Good.
But
enjoy the time that you have.
Yeah. How was your Father's Day?
It was good. I got a couple presents for my wife. I got some cologne. I got pictures custom made with pictures with my daughter that spelt out dad, which is sweet, but
awesome.
Overall, just enjoyed my day.
That sounds nice.
Did Jared say that he was going to join it?
Yeah, he has the link in the Lordship chat. I'm just sharing my screen, so I can't message them right now. But if you want to just, I think you can send him the link for our Google Hangouts.
Yeah, probably.
I was just quickly talking about a method, or a practice that I have with some, depending on the situation, of course, but just to minimize risks. And if you're in a stock already, and I was just saying that you can find a pattern sometimes, like with this one I'm sharing right now, Shiloh, it jumps up in pre-market, sells off immediately. So if you think the price action is weak and it's going to go find a lower support, you can set a sell to break even, anticipating a bit of a pre-market run. You can get out, and then you can completely reposition when all the indications are there that you need to take a position.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. The biggest thing is when it comes to something so volatile like Shiloh is the fact that you have to set trailing stop orders just to make sure that, one, you protect your investment, but two, when you are in such a volatile stock, you have to make sure to at least monitor it every 10 to 30 minutes because of how quickly this thing can move,
Exactly.
and how news can make this thing drop like an instant. It's one of the most popular day trade stocks out there. So I've been monitoring it, trying to get to see what the pattern is for Shiloh, but I'm finding my time to jump in and find my entry point as well.
Yeah, and it's exactly that with and you're at an advantage when you know ahead of time that it has a small float and it can jump really low really quickly, or it can also run quickly as well. And then there's tons of other things that play into that, like volume. But Shiloh has these super sharp dips, and it recovers really quickly a lot of the time. And so a lot of people get bitten because they panic and they sell out. But if you have your trailing stop losses and you have everything you in your plan to minimize your risk, then all you need to do is just wait for the right time, right? And if you think that time is right now, you start by just putting in a portion of what you would want to put in total. That way you can average down. You have that flexibility too.
Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing when you're in something so volatile, like with the movement, like you were talking about, taking your profits or just finding your new repositioning, it always has to do with news as well. You have to pay attention to the news of Shiloh Industries. So whatever news comes out, whatever catalyst is going to be supporting it, it's very low in volume. On average, it averages around 750,000 shares, and now it's pushed up to 1.7 million, which is above. It's showing that it should be bullish, which it did end bullish during after hours. It shot up from closing at $1.04, and then at the end of the market, it closed at $1.11, $1.08. So it ended bullish. But the thing is, you have to pay attention to the catalyst. And if there isn't a catalyst, it will dip very sharply.
Yeah, and that's true as well. And the reason you saw these run-ups earlier in the week was because they had, a catalyst, and that was that they had come to terms with their lenders so that they can resume business operations. And with that in mind, you can anticipate that they're going to have some more catalysts coming up. So you want to keep it on the radar, because if they're resuming business productions, they're heading in the right direction to start making money in this time that's like almost impossible to make any money.
Absolutely agree. Do you, Julio, do you have any stocks that you're looking at as well? Always muted.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
I know he's looking at Diffusion Pharma for one.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a breakout on Diffusion this week.
I'll pull up the chart.
Yeah, sorry, I was unmuted. So I'm just waiting. I just posted on Master Picks. I posted a graph explaining. We have a bull flag. If we see a breakout above the line, I cannot bring the chart because
I've got it up right here. So you're talking about this previous support line here. Yeah.
Exactly. If we see a breakup from the yellow resistance that we have, we are good. But if not, then I'm going to watch it. I'm out of the position right now, but I was in the position, so I made money out. So I'm waiting for an entry on pre-market, I think, but I don't know right now. I have to see more tomorrow, see if they have news or they do something. I know they didn't have the votes for. They had the shareholder meeting, so they didn't have the vote. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, so I can take a position. That's one of the stocks that I'm watching this week.
And they might be interesting for a COVID play too, because I think they're trying to gear themselves towards that as well right now. And I haven't done enough DD on it. I'm just looking at it from a technical standpoint right now. But that's another case where if you do your due diligence and you know what's going on for the company, you're at an advantage to people like me who don't know anything at the moment.
And the biggest thing that's going to be supporting, especially with pharmaceuticals this upcoming upcoming week, because pharmaceuticals, especially the lower price and specifically the lower volume at times and lower float, which will cause a lot more volatility. A lot of day traders are going to be targeting pharmaceuticals this week. Coming from SPY, news came out that over 4,000 new cases of COVID that came out with around 40 to 50 deaths, which people are, yes, deaths big, but the cases are the main thing that the media is going to be focusing on, which is going to cause a lot of the traders to rotate into pharmas. Also, people's mindset are thinking that there's going to be a second wave coming in. So I expect more pharmas to be pushed into being targeted by day traders, especially with how low priced these ones are, just like DFFN. We could see tons of them. Even RMed, remember RMed was a play back then. That could be another target to be pushed into, and because of the ultraviolet light.
And even though it sounds like a really good thing that pharma has all this market attention, it's also something to be wary of, because volume can be good or bad. And day traders, they can make money. You can make money, on a stock going down, or it being bearish, or it being bullish. So you just have to always be minimizing your risk. It's just always important. Watch the price action. Take all the steps you need. Like, the best way to make money is to not lose money.
Absolutely agree. No question. I just see a lot of these day trades targets. Like, I could see people targeting Titan Pharmaceuticals, currently 31 cents, just to try to get a day trade out of it, because we can see it drop all the way to 0.30 and then shoot up to 34 cents. Depending on your buy power, that can easily give you $1,000 to $700 just right there in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm not saying this week is going to be a lot of day trades for those low price pharmas. You guys know my technique. I'm a long trader, but this week I'm going to have to say I'm going to be a lot of mix here. I'm going to hold my longs. I'm going to probably open up some buy power and go for some day trades in order to continue to strengthen my portfolio, because this week is the week to do it. There's no question not to.
Yeah, you can always profit on volatility and sector hype. And then even if you're majority just investing long term, if you broaden your range and you do some day trading and some swing trading as well, you just are earning yourself more capital to put into your long positions at some point.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely agree. Speaking of pharmaceuticals, this one's been catching a little bit more information. Have you guys done any DD on KTOV?
I have seen a lot of information around the KTOV Pharmaceuticals. Mm-hmm. For some reason, all of the servers, all of the chats on Twitter have been talking a lot about KTOV.
Yeah.
Even Facebook.
KTOV has been very, very popular the last couple months. One thing is, it was one of my main targets for a while, but it's been one of the favorite for day traders. Specifically, Yates has been targeting it for a while, and he has great DD on it. They've been slowly moving along with their launch of Consensi, and you see it starting to be sold on the market. And there's more partnerships coming in. There's literally a merger, there's a partnership coming soon, and you can see with the momentum. You can look at the chart for the last 3 months. The uptick, it's slowly moving up because the publicity is starting to show.
Oh, I think this might be Yates. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yates is having problems joining in the meeting.
Oh, the Google Hangouts meeting.
Yeah. I'm asking him for his email so you can add him, but yeah. Sorry guys, we are having technical difficulties, so
it's all good. Well, while you guys are doing that, I'll continue with KTOV.
Yes, for sure.
Just keep on giving me updates. So KTOV, I've been targeting this since it was 33 cents, and then a lot of the day traders, not only with King Street, but those on Atlas trading as well, they've been main starting trading this. One thing I do want to say is be careful with it. If you got in right at the end of after hours, I'm going to say you're going to have to pay attention to your entry.
Yes.
It is a long trade. If you do take a loss, you're most likely going to have to hold that for a little bit, because that this company's been having issues with providing press release. It's kind of like the early stages of what Mark used to be, where Mark did not know how to give good press release, and they would always rely on Twitter. Now that they provided a presentation that showed their main plan of consensus, you could see that the traders across the whole board are starting to see it more on Facebook, on Twitter, on the active Discord servers. People are realizing there's a plan here, and I expect this company to be within $1 by the end, or not the end of this month, but most likely the second week of July, because the media is there, the presentation is there, the publicity will show it, and partnerships will be coming up. It's in their plan. You can see it in their presentation for this planning. Katav could be $1 within the next 3 weeks. So pay attention to it. Current volume, we're seeing at 9.33. It averages around 43 million. It's actually relatively low to where it's averaging.
Very low.
So if you want to get in, you can get in after the morning dip. Most likely should be a morning dip, depending on the people who are paying attention or who are listening right now. Just have a plan on when to enter. Pay attention. Don't get in too high, but get in when you feel comfortable, because this one could be both a day trade and a long play as well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on what you were saying, where, if you entered at the peak after hours, and you got in on the spike, you'll want to be watching what happens for Katov early in the morning. And that's so true, because, and I have the chart pulled up here, and pretty much what I'm seeing is a resistance at, 55 cents around there, because that was its previous support, and then it broke that support, found a lower support, and now on Friday it ran up, and it is now above its resistance. So it could easily dip and settle back down to the resistance it had to break out of, or to its previous support. So if you did enter, I hope that you entered, incrementally, just like I just talked about before, with a portion of what you wanted to actually put in, so that you were able to average down. And if you didn't do that, you're going to want to be looking to minimize your risk, either by selling for profit, breaking even and repositioning, or just watching the price action, because maybe it is going to break out and climb towards $1, but the chances of that happening aren't 100%, so you need to be watching it.
Absolutely agree. And if you even Google just for Katav right now, you can look at the last week's news. Catalysts are there.
Yeah.
People are starting to pay attention.
Yeah.
So FOMO is going to happen soon, and people are going to be paying attention to it. People are going to try to scare you. So I could see this fluctuating 10 cents every single day. I could see it pushing up to $1. Like I said within the second week of July, but I could be proven wrong, or kind of right, that it could happen within a week. Just depends on which catalyst is finally chosen, and then the day traders swoop in and send it. Remember what I said about bringing up Nikola? I didn't expect it to hit 100 until the end of the year. It hit 97 cents because FOMO occurred, and Trevor Milton said something about Badger, and then within one day it shot up over 90%. Never thought that could happen. The exact same kind of thing can happen with Katav, because
what's up?
Even the most inexperienced day trader who has $1,000 to $2,000, $2,000.
I don't know how to add him through the email.
Add over 5,000 shares of this stock, and imagine the amount of people that are following people that send out, "Hey, Katav is there."
Really?
Imagine what could happen. Imagine how many volume.
What's his email?
How many volumes of shares can be pushed into this in one single day?
Yeah, but
just something to pay attention to. I think we may be having some technical difficulties. All right. Let me message them, see what's going on.
I just had to send a invite to Yates through his email so that he could get on here.
It's all good. But yeah, what do you think about Kotov and potentially of it? Yeah, I targeted to be $1 within the second week of July, but it could hit $1 within 1 week, just depending on the catalyst.
Yeah, and that's so true. Like the DD's there. We all know who follows Yates and who's read through his DD thread. He's very open about. There's tons about Kotov to like. And then just from a technical standpoint, like it's quite bullish on the 90-day chart, like Alex was saying, and it's breaking out of pretty much an all-time resistance right here. And then once it goes towards 75 cents, pretty much has no walls, and then it needs to meet market compliance by staying above $1. So that's definitely the target where Kotov wants to be, and the due diligence behind the play is there as well. So all you have to do now is make sure that you are comfortable with the price you're entering at and the risks that you're taking.
I agree. So going on another one while we're waiting for Yates to jump in.
Yeah.
Another one that he likes and I like. I'm still continuing to gather DD. I don't really want to provide DD that's already been provided because Yates has basically gone all over the stock, and I'm waiting for more DD to provide. Is IDEX.
Yeah.
IDEX not really skyrocketed, but it became quite bullish and actually pushed this to the second line of VWAP. It went all the way from when it closed around 2.20, dipped back down to 2.8, 2.7, and then ended at 2.39.
Yeah.
During regular hours, it didn't even touch that. It kept on hitting $1.16, $1.18, going back down. Kept on testing VWAP, and then right before, right around. It was actually during power hour. Yeah. Right when power hour occurred, everyone volume just came flooding in. It's actually funny. Within 1 minute, there was 400,000, 500,000 shares being purchased. And then right after closing, still seeing great volume being added in. This one is catching a lot of people's attention as well, and the catalysts are there. EVs are being one of the most popular targeted stocks, and it's not only IDX, it's also NIO. Nickel is still one of those popular. It's not considered just EV, it's obviously hydrogen, but EVs are crazy popular, from IDX to NIO to Solo, obviously Tesla, but they all really play off on each other. So it's just, I would target these and just continually to add them. IDX, there's actually potential for Stan the Trading Man. If you guys follow him on Twitter, he's going to be setting up an interview with the CEO or founder of Ideanomics. So that's going to be a potential catalyst as well.
Oh, wow.
Let's also not forget that there is information coming out about their revenue, where they reached $45 million in revenue, which is more than they've had in a whole year last year.
Yeah, well, let me just say, I entered IDEX a very long time ago, and I entered IDEX when they released their quarterly earnings report for first quarter. And they got beaten down from they were $1.30 something. They got beaten down all the way to 37 cents when they released this earnings report, which was atrocious. And I mean, they had no revenue pretty much for the first quarter compared to the year before. They had millions the year prior. They had only 40,000 in this quarter, so it was crazy. So I bought what I could at the time, and now they're changing that completely, right? They're telling you that they have revenue coming in, they have tons of orders, they have tons of market interest, right? So now you're seeing it actually get the valuation that it deserves. But that's an example of why you shouldn't be too afraid to buy something on a earnings report, because those earnings reports are, they are to be taken with a grain of salt. They're temporary, and they only show just one snapshot of the financials for that. quarter, right? So
I agree.
yeah, sometimes they're a really good opportunity, and that's something that I look out for as well.
And with the opportunities of the quarterly revenues, there's so many catalysts that are supporting this company. With yes, the revenues starting to push back, the partnerships, the purchases are amazing. You're seeing them having partnerships with the likes of Tesla. I'm pretty sure that there's being just that name alone,
Yeah,
can push a stock over $5, no question. So I like their infrastructure. I like how their company is built. It's really exciting, especially with it being just straight up EVs, and then even more news coming out for Lyft.
yeah,
How Lyft is planning on having their whole fleet of call them cab drivers. Their drivers are going to be all electric vehicles by 2030.
yeah. I think I
That's
saw
just
that.
going to drive the price up.
Yeah, and that's going to affect not just the companies that have partnerships with these, like Lyft and everything currently, but it's going to affect any stocks that are in that market, just because those companies also have the potential to tap in on this, right?
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
So something like Solo, you'll also want to be watching and looking at Solo. Um, when I am looking at a 30-day chart or a 20-day chart, I like to use a 30. Um, it looks like it's approaching the support level of about $1.75, and then it has really high resistance levels. So the volume died on it recently, but when it approaches this support level, you can anticipate maybe volume picking up, and that's what you'll want to see. But this, I always buy at support. So something like Solo, where the market kind of eases off of it a little bit and it settles down to a support level, that's when I look to buy something. So this is something in that market, that sector, you can actually consider buying at support and just forgetting about it almost. I mean, obviously
I'm
you
pretty
want
sure,
to.
yeah, and it's at support level.
Yeah.
It could drop all the way. It's currently at $1.80, but I could see it pushing maybe 20 cents, a little bit less, going to like 160. But the
At
support
most.
level
Yeah.
is right around this time frame.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it's exclusive on the likes of Amazon Prime's Uploaded. You guys know that little Amazon Prime TV series. Them being featured into that kind of public eye makes people look at like, wait, you're seeing a three-wheeled car there. Who makes that Who makes that car? They're gonna go check out who it is and realize, wow, well, let's go look at the stock. Let's see where this used to be. A year ago, this thing used to average around $2 plus, and they're continuing to build new models, and they're slowly stepping ahead, moving forward. But obviously, COVID just destroyed them. I think this could be easily a $3 plus company within the next 2 months, 3 months, just because they're slowly being built up. And they're not the largest company in the world, but they are promising.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get Jared in here, but that's exactly it. You don't need to always buy something that is already very well known and very well established. I mean, that is definitely one way to go, if that's just what makes you feel comfortable when you're trading, and that's really important. But you want to do your diligence on companies that are a little undervalued, because that's where there's a lot of money to be made, is when people don't know about it quite yet. And that's where doing your diligence comes in, and you can see the value before too many other people see it. You get in at a lower price. Like with Solo, you could get in now. Like with FRSX, I was saying that this company has, bright future ahead of it. They have catalysts that are going to be coming their way. And they're going to be approaching, meeting market compliance soon on the NASDAQ. So all these things in mind, you could get in low at like 85 cents for FRSX, which is Foresight, knowing that it has a bright future ahead, right? or you could just ignore it and not do the diligence you need to know these things, and you're just going to be chasing once everyone else knows about it. But it's up to you to get in early.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Do you want to try to pause this for a second and try to get Jared in on this?
Yeah, I don't need to pause it. I'm just getting the link, and I'll just send it to him real quick.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's see. Let's see the YouTube questions if we have questions on the chat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Arden Blinny is fixing.
Wow, tons of viewers. This is crazy. 450.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
I just jumped on here.
Man.
Yep.
All right, so we will try to take a few questions. What kind of questions are we taking right now? Just general questions about ourselves and our trading strategies, I guess. If you have any questions for any of us, we will do our best to answer. We'll do this for about a few minutes.
Okay, I'm just seeing people just starting to jump in. Questions. All right. So first question that jumps out on me. What are you guys' thoughts on NBRV?
Okay.
So NBRV, they just actually, their FDA approval was delayed. So they did not get FDA approval, which caused their stock to push down during after hours. I still believe that this company does have potential to obviously hit $1 plus, but they need to get that FDA approval in order for the stock to continue to remain healthy. So that's something to pay attention to. That's the only thing I really have to say. And if you have it and you bought above the current price, then yeah, I don't want you to lose all your profit. I would say hold.
Yeah.
Like gosh.
If you bought in at N Brb around resistance, you're gonna want to consider averaging down if you're able to easily, because it can also be a bad thing to average down too much. You will lose more capital. But if you're able to average down, I would look to average down and break even on the dip, and then reposition at some time in the future, because when they get delayed FDA approval, that's not a good catalyst for them.
Speaking of FDA approvals, you know what? I'll bring that one up a little bit later. A lot of questions for this next one. I would like to know your guys' thoughts too, because I was out on the rifle range when this thing came out, and I was kind of just taken back by why this thing just got pumped up. Plenty of questions, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys got bit by it. BYFC, the monster that was on Friday, the 500% pusher.
Yeah.
That it was called Thursday. By Yates, I think.
Yeah,
he did. He knew it was coming.
Yeah. On Thursday night, I think a lot of people were able to get in under $2 even.
Which is impressive, but a lot of people got greedy and held through, which is fine.
Issue, yeah.
My biggest thing when thinking about BYFC is there needs to be some other catalyst than just making it sure that this one man can't purchase it. It needs to be something else. But in saying that, we also have to think about this. Look at what happened to Urban One. Look at what that stock did.
I'm gonna pull this up. Oh.
Within a week, it came from 233, ended at 33.31.
Jeez. This reminds me of Liberty, or is it the TripAdvisor one? Yeah.
Yeah, LTRB, something like that.
Yeah.
A, something or B. I don't remember the ticker symbol, but yeah.
It's UONE.
Yeah, this one is
we are
UONE.
talking about UON. Yeah.
Yeah.
Urban One. And the main thing why this kind of related in this exact same one is that this is an African American and urban listeners radio.
Right.
So people were supporting this. There's obviously was a catalyst, and I expect to see continue to go. The economy is currently in the current status. Obviously, people are emotional. I understand that. but with so much emotion can drive people to purchase something that they believe in. We just saw that in one day. If they still believe in this stock, this thing can still go. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, right now it's approaching support, if not at support, and it's showing a bit of a reversal here, I'm seeing. So, I mean, it has like indication if the market hype is still there, then for sure it can retest resistance levels. Absolutely. I don't know too much about why this ran other than the political environment that we're in right now.
Mhm.
But everything that's going on in the market is a tool for traders, and political environment, that is one of them. And if you can benefit off of that, I mean, you may as well. But what you have to do is you have to plan your trades, and you need to know that this has a history of dumping really hard when it meets
Yep,
resistance. And so
I
with
agree.
that in mind, once you see confirmation of it going down, you need to sell. You can't get emotional, because you're going to end up, depending on your entry, you're going to be end up bag holding or holding a
Look at that
loss.
free fall. Look at the free fall. I'm looking at that. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, just a point. Jake's just sent you the new email, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can
Great.
follow.
Okay.
So
Can you
the only thing that I could think that could push this stock back up is the earnings report that's going to be coming out next week. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, it was Juneteenth. I understand that, but we have to pay attention to what is the earning report that's going to be shown for this, because this thing can go two ways. Then you guys are still bag holding. That is your only hope if their earning comes out looking good. But if it doesn't, you could be holding a massive bag. I'm just saying. I look at some statistics of this company, it wasn't looking good. So unless their earnings from this last quarter looks good, that's your only hope here. If you got in right around the $5 plus mark, this is your only hope. So another one that keeps on coming up. What are you guys' thoughts on CLSN with the pending momentum coming up with July for their FDA approval?
Well,
for
that I
Thermodox?
think is a question for you, Alex. Definitely.
Yeah, that is true. I just want to know if you guys had any thoughts on it. All right, so obviously people know me from my call on CLSN. CLSN, back in about 3 weeks ago, this stock really was one of my babies, and I expect it to continue because of how many distributors that this company does have. So I called it to spike hard when it was $1.78. We're currently at $4.95. It's showing massive support. This new support level is currently at $4.64, and it's up at $4.95, and it's continually going up and down, ranging from $5.18 throughout the day, dropping all the way down to $4.63. This is a day trader's paradise. So you can do one of two things with this company. You can either buy and hold until the July FDA approval, which then that means if the FDA approval does occur and it's accepted and it's approved, then you buy in and you ride that sucker to $50, sell, reposition, hold it until $300. That's your plan. But this thing you can buy, enter, reposition every day. That's your call, because being a part of a stock that's being targeted by so many day traders, it can mess with your head so much. Pushing all the way to $5.18, dropping all the way down to $4.66. If you have, like when I bought in earlier with it at $173, I bought 300 shares. Imagine how my portfolio looks like when this thing hits up to $5.18 or drops to $4.66. It messes with your head. Yeah. So you can do multiple things. You can hold, be strong like I am, or you can day trade it. That's your call. But the thing is this FDA approval, it's been happening since 2013. They're obviously doing something right where they're providing another push for this. They have Thermodox that deals with liver cancer as well as any other cancer with heat treatment, but also they have Ovation that deals with ovarian cancer coming through. So I say for CLSN, I saw that, Yates. I like CLSN. It's a good long hold, and you can do multiple things with it and earn profit throughout. Without further ado, we have Yates here. What's up, bud?
Yates,
what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. I like that little beard that you have.
Dude, yeah, it's a neck beard. Don't judge me.
Getting ready for Father's Day.
Dude, how do you turn this off? I'm ugly as heck.
No, it's pretty. I like it.
No worries. I was just going to touch on really quickly what you were saying, about going long on a stock. You're always faced with this choice where do you want to lock your profits and reposition or average up, or do you want to just hold through all the bumps that are ahead of you? And I'll just say that, it depends on your comfort, because you're going to see a lot of missed opportunities to secure profits and make more money. And another thing is, like, if you're comfortable in the position that you have and you're confident in the company, then there is something to be said for not having to worry about it and just leaving it. And I have that with a couple different stocks, and that eases my mind to be able to go and look at my long positions and know that those are there and I'm good in those, and it's going to grow. Slowly, it'll have ups and downs, but it's going to grow. So I don't touch those ones. But there are other ones where I wish that I had, locked some profits. Like with CIDM, it ran to $6. I never thought it would run to $6. I had a position at like 76 cents. Now, I wish that I had sold out half my position and just averaged up on the dip. So these are things, if it runs like crazy, you had no idea it would ever run to this so quickly, you probably will want to lock some of your profits and consider averaging up. It's just situational, and it also has to do with your comfort, but that's all I'll say.
I agree, man. I agree. You can do multiple things. I'm a fan of having a chunk for long, and you can do some repositioning. But it all depends on, like Bless said, it depends on what you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable with using, like, if you're a smaller portfolio, in order to get a max return, you're going to have to most likely use a decent amount of your portfolio to maximize on this price range, because it's currently at $4.96. That's pretty high for a lot of you.
Yeah.
So just be what you're comfortable with. Don't ever spread yourself too thin, but just be smart. Know when to get in, know when to get out. So the man's here. Yates, do you have anything you want to share? Any kind of stock that you are looking at
for this week?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, SINT is going to be the go-to Monday for sure.
Pull up that chart so everyone can see.
KTOV, of course, because we're looking for the collab news, which I think it's going to come. I'm about 95% sure it's coming either this week or next. And then IDEX, of course, compliance news. That's going to be great. And what else? Those are probably my three main things.
I think Atav's going to be a massive, massive spike this week. No question. Especially with, I know that it's not just King Street. I know that Atlas has targets on this. And the amount of volume coming into this, where it's currently average around 43 million shares, it's only at 9 million shares. And the amount of buying powers that now our followers have from the likes of BYFC, I know a lot of people got profits off of that. This thing's going to be a huge rotation. And people made thousands of dollars from it.
Yep.
Great call by you, Yates. Next one, this thing, Yates, this thing can push $1 within a week if the catalyst is there. And we know that it's going to be there, but it's just a matter of time. When is their PR going to happen?
For the collab?
For the collab.
See, that's something we don't know, but I mean, look at the movement
timeline.
Friday,
I know, right?
Yeah, and the update on the timeline, man. You got the check marks now, so you're sitting there, you're like, okay,
it's coming.
Away right here. And this is what I've been seeing all along, man. Like, the timeline was there the whole entire time. You knew it was coming.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's why I've just been sitting on it. I was in at 35 cents and I just stayed there. I said, you know what? I know it's coming. I looked at Surf. I seen that, they had a collab with American. Dude, they went up like 200, 300%. So I'm hoping KTOV can do that.
I absolutely agree that Katov's going to be able to at least hit 100% from just currently right now. I expect it to go to $1, especially when that collab does happen, and it will happen. You and I, we were targeting Katov. It got a little bit quiet from my side. You gathered a great thread on it. Katov is definitely there, and I'm a supporter of Katov, but I've been in since like you. I think that what you just said, like 33 cents. I was in at like 38 cents.
Yes.
This thing, I'm enjoying the profits. They need
slow. Yeah, it's slow. I know.
Oh, it's a slow drain, man. It messes with you, and a lot of day traders mess with it. So you and I are kind of like the long plays, and I love seeing this.
Yep.
But once that collab comes out, I hope that you guys are in, because you're going to be FOMOing really quickly once this thing spikes.
Bad.
Really bad. You're gonna want to go in the corner and cry, because this thing's gonna hit $100, no question. And then 100%,
man.
What was that? Okay, so there was one that I was trying to that I found information on, that there was a partnership with a large pharmaceutical. I'm trying to think about what was it? It was like some like Johnson. It wasn't Johnson. They're not pharmaceutical. I need to look into this, because there was one that was like a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, that said that this smaller company was partnering with a larger company, but it wasn't like confirmed yet. I'm gonna have to gather that and let you guys know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, I need to figure out which one that was, because I remember posting about it, but nothing. There was no kick from it. There was nothing. There was no support. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Katov is definitely one that I expect to do great this week. And then, so give the followers that don't really know that much about the stock, what is your thoughts, and what is the catalyst for SINT? SINT.
SINT. Okay. So I was looking at this. I forgot, Friday night, I believe, and well, actually, no, they released Saturday, and it was actually at midnight, I believe. But to be honest with you, it's a little bit of fluff news. If you want me to be completely honest, it's a little fluff. I'm not completely sold on the news, but we're looking at a COVID play, and you know how COVID plays are. They're heating back up.
Yeah.
Plus, we have a 10 mil float. I mean, that just says it right there. And we have gaps to fill. I just think it. I think it could go $3 to $4 within. I don't know. I think it could do it quick. I really do.
At least break $1.40.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right here. I'm just looking at this long-term 6-month chart, and with the right catalyst, like a small float stock can run up really quickly if it's the right catalyst, obviously.
Yep.
But this chart, it's basically just been consolidating at a higher support and or a resistance level, and as soon as it breaks out of this resistance, it has nothing stopping it. Nothing at all until about $1.40, $1.50, $1.60, where it has its long-term support prior to the coronavirus.
Oh, sorry. Don't want to cut you guys off. Great momentum. Stay on SINT. This just came out from Antonio Alcala. Hey Yates. KTOV went up 23% today on the Israel market. They open on Sundays.
Oh, nice.
Oh man.
That is foreshadowing what's potential movement that we will be seeing tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
So hope you guys are in.
Yeah, so basically with KTOV, like since you saw this run on Friday, a couple things are gonna happen in pre-market tomorrow. It's either gonna break out of the resistance that it has now met as of Friday. It's meeting this resistance. It's either gonna break out there and it's gonna run to its next resistance level in the pre-market, or it's going to cool off at that resistance level, and you're going to see a dip towards support. So you're going to want to keep both of those outcomes in mind, and you're going to want to plan your trade around it if you're not already in it. Like, for me, I know I would personally wait for a dip, but I know the market doesn't care about what I want. So you just have to know what could happen, and that's why you also might want to incrementally start your position. So if it dips, you can average down. If it runs, you just buy in and you're good to go.
I agree. Yo, Blake, guess how many people are watching? Don't look. I know you're looking. Don't look.
All right. I'm not.
1,000 people are watching.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Love to see it.
Thanks for watching,
I
guys.
gotta ask real quick. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Envision.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
Make-
just kind of listening to y'all right now. I'm not gonna short anything at the moment, but so I'm just kind of listening to what y'all got to say. But I just want to make sure that I'm in here okay.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you, man.
absolutely.
While we have you here, I want to just say this: if you are here, we have 1,000 people. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Show some support. We only have 73 likes here. Let's make some money. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get this thing at least to 400 likes. Just saying.
Yeah, come on. We're just here to help
But-
you guys.
But
And
anyways,
you have all the
keep on
worship here almost too. So these are all
keep
your
on commenting your
avenues.
questions. Keep on commenting your stocks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so keep on going back to Katab. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt either. I
You're good.
had to make sure I'm in here okay.
For sure.
I've been having myself muted, listening to Alex and Yates here.
Yeah,
Right.
I like Kato, or well, however you guys say it. I just say KTOV, but I don't know, man. It could potentially be something huge. A lot of people are actually interested in the NT219. A lot are, and I have my theories on who it's going to collab with, and obviously I think Merrick because of the CM24 pipeline. That's who they collab with there. So my thing is, I don't really want to hold super long on it. I'm kind of trying to get this news, trying to get that runner, and then just get out because those pharmaceutical stocks, man, they take a long time. You got to think about that pipeline, man. It takes a long time to actually complete it. So for me, it's definitely sell the news here, and that's 100% what I'll do.
Mhm.
But I like it. I really do. I really do like KTOV.
So, are you telling me that there's a price target that you're going to be like, I'm out?
See,
I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm thinking that Yates, you and I are kind of the same mindset with this one. Once this thing breaks $1, you're most likely going to be like, and I'm out.
yeah, that was my whole price target to begin with was $1. And I really thought it was going to happen when Consensi got launched, and it went to I don't remember 71 cents, 72 cents.
Mm-hmm.
It just I personally believe that it got shorted. Honestly, it had so much momentum and it just died
Because that there wasn't anything. Yeah, it died really hard. That like right before was it April 20th? Right before April 20th, there was a huge sell off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand that, but there is supporting catalyst for it. Being able to purchase where we were at, where it was at 33 cents, 38 cents, and seeing where it is now, I'm comfortable riding it to $1, and then I'll take my profits of 300% plus.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna sell everything. I will hold a little bit, like a quarter of my shares, just to see what happens.
Well,
You can't mess with cancer drugs.
Very true.
I mean, there's no
But-
harm in riding free shares out. So once you cover your buy-in, do whatever you want, right?
I want at least a profit. Like, give me some profit from this.
Yeah.
Like, from where we purchased, I purchased 33. I purchased around 750 to 800 shares. If I'm not even looking at my portfolio, just holding that and running with it, I'll take it.
Yep.
I'm a military guy. I can't purchase everything for like tens of thousands of shares. No.
No
But-
kidding, man.
Oh my God! You're the one that bought all this. You're the one that pumped and dumped it.
So,
No, I'm not a guy. I'm not a millionaire here. So
Right, like I hear, I'm not bashing nobody, don't get it. But I don't buy, 20 different stocks. I focus on a handful of stocks, and I feel like that's the best way for me personally to do it. I can study those. I can learn. I can look at the catalyst, and usually when I do get in a play, usually it is for a swing play. So for me, it's like I want to swing it for what I look at. I have criteria, but
Yes.
Usually my plays I want 100%. I really do. I want 100% usually, and
Yeah.
I feel like most of the time I get that, just because of the criterias that I make sure that stock, whatever the word is I'm looking for, but I just make sure that it meets all those criterias, and that's my main focus. And there's some criterias where I'm just like, it don't meet enough of them, so I'm like, all right, I'll just leave this one alone. But I feel like that's a lot better for me, just to focus on a handful of stocks. I also have my long portfolio, of course. But I don't even look at that. I don't even remember. I was up like 80 grand on IBIO, and I didn't even look at it.
That is also one of your babies.
Yeah, I don't even look at it, dude. Like I don't focus on it because I know that I'm holding that for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Everybody's looking at this COVID drug. Well, I'm out here looking at the CDMO side of the company. Mm-hmm. I'm focused on, they can produce 500 million vaccines. So hey, you know what? What else are they going to produce? They're going to sign a bunch of contracts eventually. So that's what I'm focused on.
I agree. You have to, and to add into what Yates just said is the fact that you yourself as an investor, you need to purchase into a company that has those catalysts, but the same thing that you're comfortable in purchasing. You can't just buy something just for the whim of it. You need to know, look into this company, even if it's 30 cents. Is there a catalyst? Do you support the company? Do you like where this company is going? If you don't like where this company is going, you're going to be a very anxious trader, and you're going to be like, should I sell now? How about now? Should I buy now? Should I buy more? Sell. No, sell. It just dropped 10 cents.
Yeah, because, dude, these people that call you pumpers and stuff, man, come on. Like, seriously, get a grip. Like, we're out here, we focus on the hot sector, and we focus on catalysts. That's all I focus on. I don't care about anything else. I just want that. I'm basically buying the news, I'm trying to get in before the news, and I'm selling it.
Yates, and that's exactly
I don't
it.
understand. Like, that's how are you gonna say it's a pump and dump? Come on, guys. Like,
yeah, I mean,
isn't that every stock?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The only person here that should be playing pump and dumps is me.
Like, you're gonna short them, of course. Perfect.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, it's like I should really be the only one here that should be like, hey, y'all should be selling the news, but hey, I'm selling the news too because I'm short of them. So
I agree. Well, you're the one that takes the profits where you feel comfortable with, and that's correct. You have a plan.
Exactly.
We should always have a plan. You yourself as a trader should have that plan. I agree. So while I have you guys still listening, make sure to subscribe. We're at 955 subscribers. We have over 1,000 people following. Make sure to subscribe. And by the way, thank you guys for liking. We just broke 450.
Oh, wow. So, okay. You guys
good
really
job,
like
guys.
to listen to instructions.
So I got a lot of questions for this one, and I don't know that much about the stock. I'm pretty sure I posted it a long time ago. BIOC. Does anyone have any insight on the stock?
Well, I can say that JC Master, Julio, he has done the due diligence on BIOC a long time ago. He shared that play with me, and I got in. He got in at 38 cents, and he always said it was going to $1, based on the due diligence that he's done. So I can't speak for it, but he's pretty spot on. I already sold out for profit, but he's been holding this whole time. So if he's still here, he's probably the guy to ask.
Oh, well, yeah. It's been a long time. I like Jade said, I forgot about bio, I'm watching it. So I haven't checked anything. The thing is, I posted on the server, like, oh my God, wait, I have shares. I forgot about that.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just
If you
get
do-
really lucky with the technical setup too, and you know you can do a bit of light due diligence, and you know that it's heading in the right direction as long as you get in at support, you know, and you're watching it. You know, sometimes you don't even have to worry that much. It's really about how you plan your trades, too.
Oh yeah, agree. Yeah. Yeah, but it was wow. I've been in Biok since how many months already?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that don't ask me right now because I have to research again because I know Biok has been getting news these past weeks. If I don't, but yeah, I can check. I can make a post on the master picks and talk about Biok.
Okay, for
Indeed.
sure.
Yeah.
So,
Alex, I had a question.
The one thing that I did see about Biok, and I've read onto it, and Caesar actually just reminded me, this one of the followers, Biok, Thermo Fisher merger. That's definitely the biggest catalyst for this. So,
Okay.
All right, so people
We
keep on
have,
asking. Go ahead.
Nicola, the one.
Oh my gosh.
You're ready.
I would actually be curious to hear. I would be curious to hear, Alex, your thoughts on EVFM, just because it's at such a good price right now, under its offering price, and it's just been consolidating there. I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts on it as a long play.
Absolutely, I'd love to talk about EVFM. EVFM has been a main target of major shorts. They took advantage of the price where it was. It ran all the way up to $8 plus, and the guys took their profits and ran. Obviously, it hurt a lot more that the offering came in, and then it just absolutely lost steam.
Yeah.
People in day trading, especially in the kind of environment, the community of day traders that we have now, we are very short-sighted. Not all of us are, obviously, but inexperienced traders are short-sighted. They don't pay attention to the news that occurred. People are forgetting what product they provided. Phexi. It's the first non-hormonal birth control that is not a pill. It's vaginal gel, which is great, and it has over 80+% efficiency, which is good. That's actually good for a birth gel that's non-hormonal. It doesn't damage the woman, and those who can't deal with the hormones that are provided by a certain drug, that's great. So they don't have to have a prescription for this. They don't have to have it given to them. They could be covered by another thing and not need to worry about what's going to do to their bodies.
And that's huge.
Yeah, that is very huge. So, yeah, people are worried about the price range. Do you know how much it costs for other birth controls other than step 2? It's pretty expensive, other than a man wearing a rubber, which sometimes women don't like men wearing rubbers because it's quite uncomfortable. I understand that. But this non-hormonal doesn't hurt the woman, doesn't hurt the man, probably helps the man. And I'm just being real.
Yeah.
This, once it's launched, which is launching in September,
that's coming soon.
This can go epic. This is go supernova real quick. So entry point is now. It's too cheap. It's oversold. It's time to buy. Buy it now because it's not going to go any lower. The offering's closed. Yeah. It's done.
And this is
still low. Alex. What ticker is this?
EVFM.
Okay.
EVFM Biosciences. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to re-enter. It's time.
And if you're in it at a higher position, this is the time you want to be averaging down because this is the time you have your strongest support. And if there's going to be a reversal, it's going to be coming up soon. So this is the time to get your average down so you can easily start making profit again, or break even and reposition if that's your plan.
By the way, just while we're enjoying the good news about time to buy back in, we have just officially broke 500 likes, and King Street Trading has officially broke 1,000 followers.
Wow. Nice,
Congratulations.
Guys.
Good for you guys.
Awesome. All right. I hope you guys are liking the stream.
Yeah, good job, guys. People are asking me questions tell us about how is everything going on with you and Trevor Milton. So right now I'm in conversation with his publicist, his assistant, and we're going to be setting up a scheduled time for me to interview him online. via Zoom or Skype. It's going to be his call, and then after that, it'll probably be in the next 2 weeks where it's set up. I want it to be earlier, but he's very busy, obviously. It can really be within a week or 2 weeks, but that's the end date, and it's going to happen. Also, he's going to be sending me tickets to go to Nicola World, VIP pass. Going to be background. I'll be able to get some reports from him, any information. Also, we will be having lunch that week when I go down to it. So that's very exciting, and I'll keep you guys updated for any more information that comes up between me and Nicola's Trevor Milton. So this is what happens when you believe in a company and you know what you're talking about, but don't worry. More information will continue to come out. So
yeah, that's exciting, man. That's really exciting. I actually am very very intrigued by that.
You should come. You can get VIP pass. I'm quite positive.
Arizona, isn't it? I believe that's what they told me.
Yeah. You know how cheap tickets are?
$250. Is that correct?
Nope, $150.
Oh, okay.
You know how much it costs to fly from Washington D.C. to LA?
No clue.
$150 there and back.
Really? Wow.
Just saying, it's not that expensive right now. But yeah, Nicola. A lot of news coming out for Nicola. This is one thing that this week is going to be a make or break for it. It's currently out of support. A lot of people are saying it's going to go lower. It can go a lot of two ways, but this is momentum week. This is momentum week where the Badger reservations is going to be on the 29th. Keep in mind that's when revenue is going to start to push in even more. And also on the exact same day of the reservations that can be placed for the Badger, where there will be financials coming in, he's going to be going on with Fast Money to say, hey, this is what we have gotten. So remember what happened when he just said that reservations are going to be available. It shot up all the way from $35 to $97 in after hours. Imagine what's going to happen when they actually show, hey, look at what I just did. Look at the revenue I just got from Badger. This thing can go supernova again and break 100.
Yeah. Because the CEO's not scared to release news, that's for sure.
I love that about Trevor.
I do too. I like that.
And that's the exact same thing as Elon. And I keep on getting attacked by Tesla believers. And if you're a Tesla owner, good on you. That's it. And if you are one of the Tesla stockholders, good on you. You were smart to buy in. But don't attack a competitor when the competitor is not even trying to put you out of business. They don't care about your damn cars. They don't care about that. They have their own sector that they're focusing on. So just chill the heck out on this. Nicola's not going to hurt you. You're not going to lose revenue. It's sure as hell Tesla's not making that much revenue. There's $13 billion in debt.
Jeez.
Anyways, so that's my thoughts on Nicola, and I'll keep you guys updated with Trevor Milton.
I just wanted to say quickly, really appreciate everybody joining. We're going to be doing these a lot, more frequently, just coming up in the future. But also, I have to head out pretty soon. So why don't we do either a bit more Q&A, or we can talk about our personal plans for the coming week with trading. We can do a Q&A for another 10 minutes, and then I have to sign off.
Gotcha, man. Sounds good. All right, so I can bring in one. This one's weird. This is a question. With Nokia with or without Hawaii competition, looks like a great 5G position, I think. What are your thoughts on Nokia? Currently, it's at 432. It's highly volatile over the last year. It completely drops off at certain times. Dropped all the way down to 274. Back to its original price. What are your thoughts with Nokia and the 5G competition? Any thoughts at all, guys? If you don't have any, just be truthful. Be like, I don't have any.
I didn't know Nokia was in the 5G game. I thought they were just making phones.
I haven't.
I think it's good for long.
Go ahead.
I think it's good for long term. Like if you hold it for at least like a year, I think would be very, very good. I would put it on my like 401k or whatever.
Yeah.
I see it. Let's see here. I think 5G is going to be a very, very hot sector soon. I really completely believe that. So it's something that I'm definitely going to start looking into. I have not looked into very many 5Gs. I have found an OTC stock that is a 5G, and it reminds me of IDEX.
Who the hell is this?
They have self-driving vehicles. So there's that. But we're not going to go into further detail. I just
Not till
had
you
been
know.
looking into it a lot.
Yeah.
But
You little tease.
I think 5G is going to be very, very, very popular.
Well, yeah, and
Oh,
that's totally true. Because the future is gonna depend on 5G. If there's gonna be AI and there's gonna be self-driving cars and all these things that come with artificial intelligence, that's all gonna depend on 5G networks being stable, and that's gonna bring a lot of competition and a lot of future growth for these companies that are just starting out now, or at least they're just becoming publicly tradable in these past couple years. So that's definitely a sector you're gonna want to find. You're gonna want to do a lot of research on because it has the future ahead of it. It's gonna be a huge market.
I agree.
Let me. Obviously y'all know I'm not that very bullish, but
Obviously.
it's called Broadcom, right? And their ticker is evey. And they're a 5G company. I know they're a blue chip, but how do y'all feel about them?
Holy shit. They are expensive.
Yeah.
Wait, let me talk. Let me see this.
This thing's 300 plus, bro. Damn.
We're just bringing it up. We're talking 5G. I know they're 5G.
Okay, if they are the ones that are going to be the ones installing 5G, then goddamn, I'll buy 3.
Yeah, you buy 3. Okay.
Yeah.
What the? I felt my penis get small with that one. What the hell?
Yeah, I can't
Oh, yeah,
buy stocks this high, but from a technical standpoint, like long term, it's only seen an uptrend ever since, I'm looking at a five-year chart right now, and it's only ever been in an uptrend until coronavirus, and it immediately fully recovered back to its previous support.
Yeah, I wish you would have found it then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? This thing can definitely do some massive stuff. If this is the one company that has the contracts to put in 5G, this thing can go supernova. Well, not really supernova. This thing can continue with this uptrend.
Yeah.
Like maybe 500 within 2 years, maybe a year. I don't know.
And we're
definitely time to
speaking
buy.
without any due diligence, just like a technical standpoint. But if this hypothetically was, say, like a blue chip 5G company, and it has the contracts and it has the infrastructure to make its mark, then yes, the chart gives it an uptrend where it could see a lot of growth with all those factors lining up properly. So just like with any company, if you're looking into the 5G sector, just do some research and you'll be able to get an idea of where the company is heading.
I like that. Okay. Holy crap. Jeez. Who's the one that dropped that monster on here? Who's the one I have to buy something?
I'm sorry, that was me, the bullish guy.
You're hot. I like you.
But I'm just saying. I mean, honestly, as a blue chip with 5G, they are a fantastic company. Now, granted, I don't. Me, I short and I scalp. I only care what happens intraday. But as a blue chip, I really, really, really like them. Now, granted, yes, we wish we caught them in mid-COVID, but
you can't always get them. I mean, if you're gonna go long, a lot of the time you just have to bite the bullet and forget about it. But you need to have done the research to make yourself comfortable biting that bullet, right?
Right.
Whoever has to keep building the burnt down 5G towers buy stock in. Okay. Well, I agree. I guess I know what I'm targeting next couple of weeks. I'm going to look for 5G companies. That's actually a really big deal.
Very, very.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that Intelsat would live so I could get some cheap shares, but nope.
Oh yeah, I'm going to look into some monsters. All right, so I see that you brought on BBI. What is that?
So
that's King's Gleamy baby.
Literally a baby.
yeah, I just found this the other day. When I was scanning for stocks that were over their relative volume and some other criteria that meet my screeners. But after looking into it, I can't tell you the name of the condition right now, but it is a pharmaceutical company that makes a drug for a condition that is very unique, and it affects, I think, almost 5% of Americans, and a lot of them go without treatment. So this is it could tap into a really big market that doesn't really have a solution right now. So you can see if you're watching my screen, this is the chart, and there's this huge spike here. This is a 10-day chart. There's a huge spike here, and that's due to them having successful phase 3 results with this drug, and that already is super rare. So that's why you see this massive run from $1.20 to $3.68. And then they use that opportunity, as most companies will with like a small float, to sell shares. So they had an offering for $1.15 per share. That offering closes on Monday. So the chart has like just a ridiculous amount of upside and incredibly strong support. I'll bring this down to a 5-day chart. And this is like the kind of play I'm always trying to find, is basically just almost no risk. Like, I want to buy at the floor. I don't mind waiting however long I have to wait, but I'm pretty much looking for guaranteed 25% profit, right? So I'm seeing there's so much upside here, and it has such strong support. I'm going to be getting at least 20%. And when an offering closes, that's a lot of the time when the price can actually break resistance levels. So I just bought in on Friday, knowing that the offering closes on Monday. And just knowing what the company does, I'm comfortable holding until it does pop. I'm not saying it's going to pop on Monday, but I know that the growth is there. They can reach that resistance level that they hit. They can reach it again with the right catalyst. So I'm putting some money away and just leaving it for a little bit. But the offering does close on Monday.
And when he says that he's buying and he's holding, guys, you guys know me. He's buying. He believes in the company. He has the support. That means have strong hands. Hold for long until the catalyst comes back, and then you will see massive. You're seeing potential 350% return on profit just from looking at the current chart.
Yeah. And that's all you need to do, is you need to be planning your trade, and minimizing your risk. So what I'm doing is I'm buying at support. That's the first step for me. And if it starts to see a reversal, or if there's a catalyst, you can bet I will double down, because then I know it's validated. It is going up. There's a catalyst. So now I know it's going up. I'll double down with my capital, and I'll make more money. I'm one of those people where I like to have just a few positions I'm really confident in, and those positions a lot of the time look like this, just like a lot of upside and very little risk.
Gosh, man.
Oh yeah, a user from our server just told us about the disease, the name hyperhidrosis. Oh my god, I must say that. So yeah, that's the disease that is Bertrand. Yeah. And
nice.
That's sweating. Yeah.
Yeah, and this information's like super available. Like, it's not like I had to dig through SEC filings to see what the company does. I just look through their press releases, what they've been talking about recently, and I go to their website. I look into their staff, like the leadership, the COO, what companies they've been on in the past, and where those companies have gone. That's just the type of due diligence you can do, really not quickly, but it's very accessible, and it helps you. It puts you at an advantage to everybody else who's too lazy to do that, which is a lot of people.
I agree. I like this company. I think this is a good way to end it.
Yeah, sweet. Well, there you have it. It's validated by Alex and Blamey, so it's definitely at least worth a look.
All right. Anything else to say, guys, before we sign off?
I will say quickly, I know the Bullish Bear isn't talking very much, but you guys should really check out his channel if you are in our Discord, and if you're not, definitely consider joining. But check out the Bullish Bear because, you know, there's money to be made even if the stock price is going down, and that's a huge advantage for any trader to have as a tool. I know I want to learn from Envision about how he does this, but he gives you the opportunity every day, if you do know how to do it, to make money from shorting and scalping. And those are two useful tools you should at least try and look into. But we have the resource there. If you don't know about it, the Bullish Bear covers that.
I agree.
Yeah. That's and also thank you so much for joining, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate you all being so active and wanting to learn more and being a part of King Street and everything we're doing.
Thanks for joining, guys. And just before you guys leave, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And if you have any more questions, make sure to hit us up on Twitter. Follow all of them: Blamey, Envision, Yates, Bullish Bear, you name it. Make sure to go subscribe. Make sure to go to follow. If you want to be a part of the King Street Discord, make sure to ask. We'll be more than happy to give you the Discord link. But make sure to leave a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, that's it with me, man.
Okay, thank you so much for joining Alex and all the Lordship guys. And the link for our Discord is in Yates's Twitter bio. So just go find that. It's also in mine too, if you do follow me. All right, thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Okay.